Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another VR stream in X-Plane 11. We are back with the FlightFactor 757 200, and today can be a spicy one because we have turned up a notch on the random failure system. So we might be looking at some spicy failures. So I will show you what we are doing. All right. So we can see that we have the luggage people refueling with these beautiful Rolls-Royce engines. Hello, Ryanair. All right, let's go in the cockpit. We are at Sofia Airport in Bulgaria. Why are my flaps down? So we got a dirty aircraft right now. The flaps are down. All right. Ooh, there's birds. Let's go check them birds out. Yeah. Look at the birds. Wow. Ramp control. Oh. Animal control has to come out here and take care of these birds. Oh, I have never seen them up close. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, we'll be watching out for them, so we'll brief them as far as what threats we expect. All right. So, looking at our aircraft. Where do we have the cutout switches? The guards are open. All right. Fuel control switches are cut off and throttles are on idle. Parking brake is set. Why did it show that our flaps were up? Were down? Huh. Maybe that's one of those failure things. We will see what it says. Indeed, the flap lever is down, but the flap indicator is not. Yeah, we've got a weird aircraft. We've got something weird, guys. And I can already see we have a failure here. One of our screens is not working. So what we're going to do, oh, look at the birds. What we're going to do, we're going to perform maintenance while we're here at the gate. And then we will continue the flight and see what we get. So, oh, that tablet keeps on disappearing. That tablet keeps on disappearing. I don't know where to find it. I don't think it's hidden behind me. I mean, it's big. You can't miss it. All right. I might have to go to 2D, perform maintenance. All right. I'm going to try one more time. If it doesn't go, then I'll go back to 2D to do it. And sometime now, another problem, the controllers decided not to work. This is just weird. All right, here we go. Yep, the tablet is not showing up. So we're going to go to 2D and just quickly perform maintenance. So we are challenge level 3 on the tablet. So we're going to just perform maintenance. Here we go, maintenance performed. And we are going to be going back to VR. And as you can see, there's a screen. Yeah. Now the flaps are still showing craziness. All right, here we go. All right. So the flaps are still showing at 25, which was the landing flaps. So we are gonna really quickly hurry and get this show on the road before we have another failure. So this is what we're gonna do. We already loaded the aircraft, thank God. All right, and we're gonna go to the first page. We'll set this up over here. And we can go ahead and we'll move back a little bit. That way we can have, oh, this is a little close. Yeah, still close. All right, I'm just trying to get enough to push buttons on the FMC. No, this might be good right here. All right, so we're gonna enter the IRS positions, or position that is. So we will clear. Oh, no. Looks like we got the stickiness. Yeah, it's doing the. There you go. And we'll go to FMC. And looking at it, we have the Rolls-Royce 211 RB 211 757-200. The Iraq is 2602 February 19 to March 19. All right, so pause in it, and we are at Sofia today. So we are gonna be going LBSF. All right, and we're gonna compare North 4241. Making sure the GPS position matches. You know why I have 7 East over here? Huh. All right, so we've got that set and going to the route. Lima Bravo Sierra Foxtrot to LGAV. We're going to Greece. All right, we'll put the co-route. And we are Pan-African 2611. Planning for runway 09er today on the departure. What did we have? Napet 3 Sierra. Here we go. Napet 3 Sierra. No transition. And on the index, we'll come back and... oh no, I just changed my... accidentally pushed the button. Arrival will be ILS 3 right. We're gonna take Zulu. And we have Ropox 1 kilo. Right, one thing we haven't checked on the charts. Let's check. So we've got Pelag. Actually, let's look at our so basically Ropox 8,000 or above. That is weird. This is the runway. And Ropox 1 kilo is gonna take us to Kilo Echo Alpha, which we gotta be at 8,000 above, and then more than likely we're gonna come here. So Kilo Echo Alpha is gonna be our transition. All right, then we can go to route and we'll activate. We won't execute it for now. And now we can go to perf init. And we are looking today. Oh no. That's not what we have for zero fuel weight. That is not the zero fuel weight we've loaded. $2.7. I thought we had already loaded everything up. I gotta get back to 2D real quick. All right, so here we were looking at 156, 11.1, and 8.1 for 85.3. All right, let me get back to 2D. I don't think the tablet is gonna work. We'll be right back. All right, so looking at this, go to operation, ground. Hey, it says it's loaded. Okay, I guess I am now loading. What I did before, I was unloading. All right. All right, so that's being loaded. We can tell that the fuel being sensed is... oh, shoot. You gotta be kidding me. You see what just happened? The FMC just like... let's execute this so we don't lose anything. All right, so we'll have 8.1 is going to be normal on the fuel. No, I can't put fuel like that. We'll be at flight level 350 today. Our cost index, I believe, is 47. We'll get there a little faster. Cruise winds 248 at 13. and our planned reserves. 3.9. All right, so obviously we're still invalid uplink, right? The gross weight is increasing. Checking our weights today, we have planned takeoff weight of 93.3 tons, which is below our maximum landing weight. So if we have emergencies and need to return, we don't need to burn fuel. So we are at the maximum zero fuel weight though today. So our maximum zero fuel weight is we're 85.3 today. And we're to take about 8.1 tons of fuel. All right. So we'll set the auto brake to RTO. All right, checking here. We got our hydraulic quantities to 90. We're good. Speaking of that, we're gonna go ahead and put up the electric hydraulics, and we'll get the flaps. We'll get all the hydraulics. We're pressurizing them, and then we will get the flaps up. Huh. After pressurizing the thing, the hydraulics, the flaps just came up. All right. So let's take our zero fuel weight, 85.3, so we're 93.5, so that tracks. So for our takeoff weights today, we are gonna be looking at our calculated performance from dispatch. All right, so we're looking at runway 9. Outside temperature right now is 4, so we'll do flaps 5 and derated takeoffs of takeoff the 47 temperature, CG 38%, 2.4, and our winds. First, the temperature is 4, and our winds are 0, 9, or 4 at 9. All right, coming back to the first page, V1 138, V2 VR 143, and V2 150. So all of that is good. All right, we'll reset the position. And here, what we have 1740 for the elevation, field elevation. All right, we'll go ahead and start the APU. First, let's check the APU in engine fire. All right, that's good. And then we'll check the wheel well fire. All right, now we can start the APU. We've got the APU fault. Hopefully it's not a true fault. Yep, it's starting. All right, so we've got the V speeds are set. So we're looking at flight director on my side, your side, PNAV, LNAV, and 150 is set. 089 are set for the runway heading. And on departure, we are looking at Napet 3 Sierra. So we have restrictions of 230 knots until 4500 plus, and then Sierra Foxtrot 505 at 10,000 or below, and then to Napet. So we have 10,000 is set. Then we'll come in, we'll check the legs, and we're looking at 230 knots, 4,500 above, and then SF 507, 10,000 below, then to Napet. All right, so we're good there. Let's check for discos. All right, so we'll just step through that and just look for discontinuities. This arrival is weird. All right, so just as we said, we go to the VOR and then we make a procedure turn. All right, so that's good there. All right, so we'll set this guy to legs. All right, I'm setting me up some fix later on when we get started. Looks like the APU is at 640 RPM, 640 EGT, and 100 RPM. So we will put the APU Gen 2 on. All right, we will disconnect our ground power, APU bleed. All right, we'll close up the cockpit door. All right, let's set up the V speeds. And I was saying 1740 is our field elevation. All right, 1740, and then we're gonna sync. Yep, we got it on both sides. All right, so for our taxi route, we are going to be pushing back tail into the alley. We're gonna taxi via Juliet and then take a left on Hotel to Alpha and then take off from holding point Alpha. All right, we have 3,600 meters of runway. V speeds are set, and we have on the V speeds 138, 143, and 150. So below 80 knots we'll reject for any reason, and above 80 knots we'll reject for takeoff config warning, loss of directional control, engine troubles, or anything that deems the aircraft unsafe to fly. So takeoff config warning check. All right, we're good. All right, so with that, we are gonna go ahead. I don't have access to my checklist, so I'm just gonna kind of do it from memory. But first we will go ahead and put our beacon 2 on, and that should normally get them to clear the what do you call it, the jetway. If they don't, I'll just go ahead and manually do it. All right. And then these guys can also close up. And we got our pushback. Yep, they're connecting. All right, so beacon is on, and fuel, we have 8.1 tons. Pumps are on. Windows locked on my side, locked on your side. Cockpit door is closed. All right. All right, transponder code 5060. Let me verify my callouts. So make sure we check all the indications.
1,500, 400, 300, 200, 150, 40.
Flight slow.
All right.
Flight slow.
It's all good. All right, so we'll set the chrono to reset, and the parking brake is off.
Copy, brakes released, clear.
Then come in and shut off the all right, so start sequence is engine number 2, and we're going to check N3, which it is rising at 25%. N3, we will introduce the fuel. Got lots of terrain. So there's 20. $25. EGT is rising. Making sure it doesn't redline. I don't like that. It did, but it didn't stay there. The FO Pitot is indicating, so which means FO is gonna get unreliable airspeed. So we'll verify it.
Set brake.
Brake set. All right, we've got a good start on engine number 2. Let's start engine number 1. Ground. And then same scenario, we will watch for N3 to reach 25% or 10% N2, then we can get her started.
Okay, sir, area is being cleared, disconnecting the interphone.
All right, sounds good. There's 25. All right, we've got the engine valve, start valve, and you can tell the vibration also. See how it's vibrating, 1.5, 1.4, but it's normal. All right, thanks for the push. Bye-bye. Looks like we got a good start on the number 1 as well. Let's go ahead and reset the electricals. Oh, we don't want to touch that. That would be bad. We don't want to disconnect the generators. That will require maintenance. Okay, I've got a bigger problem. Says packs off. Left and right engine bleeds. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, we can't go if we don't have packs. Alright, isolation valve to off. Yeah, if we don't have packs, we cannot go. And we've got the hydraulic pumps reservoirs, whatever that means. Yep, hydraulic pump reservoir pressure. Yeah, we've lost the packs, guys. Yeah, let's get in and check the QRH and see, but normally we would just pull her back into the gate. All right, so right hydraulic reservoir pressure, center hydraulic reservoir pressure. I don't know that I can fix those. I'm going to keep the APU on for now. We'll get the APU bleed to on. That gave me a pack because we don't have any engine bleeds. So what we are going to do, we are going to go to the isolation valve, and that's going to get us the second pack. So the isolation valve basically will tie this together. So that's how we were able to get these engine bleeds. So we don't want to do that. All right, so if we look here now, we only have the FO. Oh, the packs take care of them. Okay, the packs take care of that. So that's neat. That is neat. Now the FO Pitot Heat, we're gonna cancel the recall and we're gonna check it again. So for the FO Pitot Heat, so for air data, I think if we look at the FO, I mean, since I'm the pilot flying, so, but he should have reliable air data. All right, so we're gonna check the QRH. Let me go ahead and do that. Let's get the flaps deployed first. There you go. And flight controls check. Full left, full right, neutral, full down, full up, neutral, rudder, full left, full right, neutral. Now, let's say we are away from our maintenance airport and we have this failure. We are gonna need to change our altitude and probably uplift more fuel to be able to fly at a altitude that is safe for the APU. So let me just check the checklist and see what it's gonna tell us. We're gonna check the checklist. All right, so if I go here and I want to do desktop. All right, so basically if I wanted to search, it was engine bleed. Yep, engine bleed. Okay, unfortunately you cannot see what I'm doing because I'm looking at a PDF. So engine bleed, not sure if it was off or engine bleed valve. So it says left engine, right engine, the engine bleed valve closed because of a system fault. Engine bleed, air switch affected side off. If wing anti-ice needed, pack control selector side off. Isolation switch on, we already did that. All right, do not accomplish the following checklist, pack off checklist. Okay, if it's an engine bleed valve, an engine bleed air overheat occurs. That's not the case. All right. So it doesn't say anything about that. Doesn't say anything about turning on the APU and APU bleed because we lost both of them. Yeah, we lost both of them. All right, I'm gonna go check for the other condition, which was FO Pitot Heat. All right, Pitot Heat. If we go to it, inoperative items, some Pitot Heat probes inop. Okay, that's not what we have. We don't have an AC bus failure. If the right and left AC buses are off, then Pitot Heat is not working. That is not the case. Okay, so that's not the case. It doesn't really say anything about that. We talked to maintenance. They said limp it, so we will initially. All right, let's make sure we don't have any gremlins. So we don't have any gremlins, so that's good. All right, let's go ahead and keep the APU for sure. So we'll do taxi lights. No, not you. Not you. Not you. There you go. All right, these are off for now. But maybe if we add more power, we should be okay. Nope. It's gonna be interesting. All right, and we've got good temperature and all. We're gonna cancel the recall. We're gonna start taxi. No maintenance here, so we're gonna, I don't know, maybe APU is what, 27,000 feet? At any rate, we'll have to watch the pressurization. So one of the threats we did discuss earlier was that we had the presence of birds. So we need to be aware of that. Hopefully we'll not be getting any bird strikes. All right, so we are on Juliet. We're going to take a left on Hotel. Clear right. Clear left. Yeah, I'm scanning the instruments big time. All right, let's go ahead and turn on our transponder to TARA. I'm gonna keep the air data to off on my side for now, until I can see how the air data is doing once we are airborne. So the ground speed matches both for me and the FO. So we can see all of this red is terrain around the airport. You can see high peaks on that side. All right. Flight attendants, be seated for departure. All right, here we go. Yep, we're gonna take Alpha. There was a de-icing pad. We don't need de-icing today. All right, runway 09er. Confirmed. All right, we're clear on the left, clear on the right. Strobe light. The clock going. Before takeoff, checklist.
Approaching
We got
09.
flaps 5 set, 5 indicating, 5 required. There's going to be an immediate right
On
turn.
runway 09.
All right. Take off. Do 1.2 EPR. And go. Airspeed alive. And the thrust is set at 1.65 EPR. 80 knots, check. Oh, I did not set my trim. Yeah, I did not set my trim, and the aircraft rotated right away. All right. Gear up. That was a pilot error. We should have had a trim of 2.8, and we took off with a trim of 4, so the aircraft just lifted up on its own. Flaps 1. Okay, there's been enough speed. Alright, streamer down. And flaps up. Speed check, flaps up. Try to get the lights I can get. Alright, so we got terrain straight ahead. But it's gonna be a tight turn. Alright, here is something that's going to be critical, so we're going to go ahead and set up command C. We're going to go check the pressurization because we're only on how about if I try the right? Nope. Alright. So pressurization, we are looking good so far at 4,000. So the cabin is pressurizing. But that was one of our biggest risks there, not being able to pressurize. But if we lose the APU bleed, we are screwed. So, you know, normally you've got 2 engine bleeds, and if you lose one, you got APU bleed. In our case, both engine bleeds are shot for some reason, and if we lose APU, then we are not gonna have a good day. But we made a decision to take the aircraft to Athens, where we have mechanics that could get it working. All right, the taxi lights are off, runway lights are off, landing lights are off. Here we are heading out of Napet, and we are clear, so we're gonna just do 27,000 for now. And we'll assess the situation once we're there. VNAV speed. Knowing that we should be cruising at 26. No, 35. Beautiful mountaintops. All right, standard set. Passing 10,500. Still showing insufficient fuel. Altitude target, we're going to leave it at 270 for now. And I want to set some fixes. Alright, yes, so look at it. The first officer airspeed, no good. So if I go to the first officer's seat, and we'll check what did I do? Alright, if I go to the first officer seat, then we're gonna set air data to alternate. Yep, so look at it. 296. So now he's tracking and he's got the same speed as mine. We can reset the radio barrows. Yep, there you go. So on his side, he's on alternate. And not sure why DCP is on. Whatever DCP means, I'm discovering that it's changing the range. Maybe he's synchronizing his range with me. All right, here we go. Alright, so if we check the recall, what we got? We just got the FO Pitot. We can cancel it. Alright. Making sure we check the pressurization. We are still at the 7,000 on the pressurization. We're just on the APU bleed. I was saying about fixes, so cabin altitude. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, hold. We've got a cabin altitude issue, so we've got to descend. Yep, we got to descend. Cabin altitude is really high. Going down the oxygen mask. And for the passengers, we got to descend really high, guys. So to see if it's gonna change the use of oxygen. Yeah, it doesn't look like yep, it's like the APU stops feeding at, what was it, 18,000? Yeah. So this is gonna be interesting because we've got terrain over here. So we're just gonna do altitude hold. Now we're back to normal. Well, kind of. The cabin altitude is still high. We're gonna do a higher rate on the cabin altitude. We're gonna have to continue descending, guys, and we're going to divert. This is yeah, we gotta watch the terrain. Alright, so we are gonna divert back to Sofia. We are gonna go to, we're descending as fast as we can, but we also got terrain, and I am heads down, which is not good. All right, so now we're turning towards Bengo. We're 14,000, still on oxygen. Oh, this is hairy. This is hairy. We've got to. We're gonna keep it at 12,000 for now. I mean, normally we go to 10, but we have the oxygen mask. There you go. I should have done this. Passenger oxygen is on. So it's a full-on emergency. Air ground system. Yeah, we gotta watch this terrain here until we're out of it. Air ground system. Looks like we've lost the terrain. We're below 14,000 and we are on oxygen, so we've got to navigate these high peaks and valleys. All right, so the good news is we are not heavy. So now approach speed, let's just say we're gonna be at 90.5. And we'll be flaps 25. ILS is 110.70 and 89. $110.70.89. All right, so we just got to negotiate these mountains. We got to negotiate the terrain. All right, so if we go back to Sofia, we are looking at an approach ILS Zulu. So like at Bengo, we've got to be at 7,000. All right. Bengo, we've got to be at 7,000. And it's not going direct to Bengo as far as I can tell. There you go. Yeah, it was not going direct to Bengo. And we're 20 nautical miles from Bengo. Now we're gonna descend at a rate of and we'll slow down to 240 knots. Get the speed brake out. Oh yeah, it's actually using up the oxygen. Nice, nice. Yeah, 1698. So we still got plenty of oxygen, so no need to panic. This approach altitude here is gonna be 10,000. So basically we are IAF Bengo 7,000. So if we miss, we're gonna go straight out to Sofia 450 at a max speed of 190. Hang a right, overfly the Sofia VOR, and then go hold at Bengo. All right, so we are at 10,000. Cabin altitude shall not be an issue anymore, but we are still pretty high on the cabin altitude. So I'm gonna go to manual on that. We'll descend and see what it gets. Yep. Yeah, I knew going in that the packs were gonna be the issue. All right, standard set. So once we set the standard, so let's just call out that we're gonna use what do we have? Oh, minimums. 1939 barrel. Forgot the landing light. Slow down to 210. Cabin altitude no longer a problem. So the oxygen, of course, in the back, the oxygen will still be on big time. And looking at the cabin altitude, it is not going down. We were looking for what, 1939 on the barrel. Flaps 1, please. Check flaps 1. All right, we get her down to 186. So here's 1939. Now we just go ahead and set the approach speeds. Yeah, it's okay. We are in a descent. We're no longer cruising. Air data ground system FO Pitot Heat. We got that. We're good. Yeah, we stole the speed brake. Yep. Let's go ahead and arm the localizer. All right, an approach checklist. Altimeter at 1026 is set. Runway nav aids. The approach nav aids are set. VREF and speeds are set. We're landing VREF 134. Right engine hydraulic overheat. No, that's not good. That is not good. Right engine hydraulic overheat. So we are not going to waste our time on some checklist, because if we get the checklist out, we are going to be wasting more time and we could be losing flight controls. We're already on final. We don't need to mess with anything. Yeah, we're on 20-mile final. I guess 20 miles is enough time to do a checklist. But it went away by itself. It went away. Pan African 2611, you're clear to land. All right, we're clear to land. All right. So we are going to be exiting right. Landing 09er. We want to take the first high-speed exit, Echo 1, and take hotel all the way to where we came from, which was Juliet, to stand number 7. And we're gonna have to fly in a crew to come maintain this aircraft. I think that's my first cabin pressure or cabin altitude failure. In the FlightFactor for sure. And ladies and gentlemen, your captain speaking. We had a minor aircraft with the we had a minor issue with the aircraft, but just as a safety precaution, we went ahead and deployed the oxygen. Just as you've been briefed by your flight attendants, you know, help yourselves first, put the mask on, but you guys did fantastic. So we are on our way back to Sofia, and we'll be landing in about 5 minutes from now. All right, check the gear to down, make sure that the gear comes down. So we're getting gear. Yep, we got a green. We've got one green so far. Oh, please don't make me do this. Please don't make me do this. This is not good. We have a manual landing gear extraction. Alright, I did the alternate gear. We'll see. I don't know if we have a gear, guys. And this will be, let's call it 140 and landing checklist. I don't know if we have a gear. At least it's not locked. Huh. I don't know, guys. I do not know. I don't think we should. I don't think the gear is locked. Yeah, I do not think the gear is locked. Yeah. Well, we're gonna fly by, ask the tower. Tower, we're having an indication problem with our gear. Can you let us know if the gear is down? All right, and tower got their binoculars and say, yep, you got all of them.
09.
All right, so just too many problem. Tower confirmed the gear is down. We want to get this aircraft on the ground as soon as possible.
500.
A little faster than our approach speed.
Minimums.
Landing.
Flight slow. Flight slow.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
And reverse. We are safely down. And the gear is indeed locked. If it was not, it would be collapsed. And manual braking. Woo! That was hot. Well, at least our APU is still running. Right engine hydraulic overheat. Well, now we can put on the parking brake and then see what we need to do with the right engine hydraulic overheat. No, not that one. I meant to get the landing lights. All right, right engine hydraulic overheat. Yeah, unfortunately, I have to almost get out of VR to go do this on PDF. Okay, right engine hydraulic overheat. All right, so if it tells me if it's the right engine hydraulic overheat, let's go check it out. What it wants, the pump temperature is high, engine hydraulic pump switch off, do not accomplish the following checklist, hydraulic engine pump. Okay. So let's get back to VR. And if it wants it, right engine, so we turn it off and that should go away. So now we can continue taxi. I guess we still have hydraulic pressure. It's just to avoid a fire. We turned it off because I think we have some sort of power transfer unit. Yeah, this is challenge level number 3. I will try it again tomorrow and see if we could get to our destination. If not, we'll just settle with challenge level number 2. Of course, we had the FO Pitot Heat, and they are on alternate speed. And we lost both of our engine bleeds. We left the isolation valve to on. And then using the APU bleed, but the APU bleed cannot get us past flight level 180. So we had cabin altitude warning. We had to down the oxygen mask, did a rapid descent, and a little bit rather late deployed oxygen for the passengers. But everybody is sound and safe. We're back down. And here is a hotel. And we are going to gate number 7. So we'll take a left on Juliet. I think the tower had some good binoculars to be able to zoom in and let us know that the gear was indeed showing down. We're still indicating only the nose gear, but we went ahead and went safe, and we did the alternate gear extraction as well. Alright, so we can go ahead and turn off the weather, and here we'll just get her to stand by. Right. We're going to number 7. Hopefully, maybe somebody took our number 7. Yes, somebody. No. Maybe not. Nobody took our number 7. It's still here, next to the Ryanair. Alright, there we go. Flight attendants, disarm doors and slides and cross-check. Here we are. And go ahead and shut off engines. APU took over. And we are below, so far, not below 10% N2 before shutting off the, let's get the parking brake. All right, here we go. We can shut off the red beacon. Excellent. We made it safe and sound. GPU is available. Put it on the bus and we can get rid of our... Whoa. As soon as we turned off the APU, we lost the bleeds big time. There you go. We'll just go ahead and shut off the packs because we don't have anything to give them. All right. All good. Open up the cockpit door. All right. Well, everybody, sorry we could not get you to your destination, but at our airline, safety comes first. So we'll get the aircraft checked out. Yeah. All right. Go ahead and disembark and call it a night. How's that? Thank you for choosing Pan African Airways. So we did 40 minutes of flight and 57 minutes of block time. So trying to keep on our toes when it comes to emergencies. All right. Yeah, I like to use the stairs because it opens the door automatically. Oh, look, we got a gear issue here. Definitely, because the landing gear door did not close. Landing gear door did not close. So we're just inspecting why it could have just shown that. Look at that, all of these hydraulics. This is beautiful. Look at the engine detail by Da Vinci. Pretty awesome, huh? All right. Well, with that, everybody, thanks for watching. We will see you soon. Bye-bye.